One of the best smelling parking lots in the NFL. The tailgating's over now in Kansas City. It's football time at Arrowhead Stadium here in KC. Stage is set. Ball is on the tee. And off we go on EA Sports. Here's Traymon Smith on the return. And he will get back to only about his 20-yard line. That's where the drive will start. Here's 1st and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. The tight end going in motion to the left. Stidham to throw on 2nd down. That one caught Devon Vele. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They send Sutton in motion. Now he's free at the 35. And he'll be taken down. Off play action. Here's Stidham. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Here's 2nd and 6. Throwing again. Stidham. He'll get that to Javonte Williams. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. They'll try to throw again. Here's Stidham. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Stidham to the air once more. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Watson. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here as they get it at their own 4.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
It'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
The integrity of the defense, Mike, is based on every defender holding their gap. That's exactly what we saw out of this defensive tackle. Not only did he hold his gap, he's able to shed his block and make the play.
And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. Oh, no. That is not going to work out at all. That will be a safety. Well, that's certainly a way to break a 0-0 ball game. A safety, first points on the board, and the lead is
2026, bro. That's on you.
Well, Mike, I don't think
2026 should not have bad internet.
I mean, for a safety to be the first points of a ball game is pretty uncommon, but a great job there by the defense, capitalizing on the field position and coming away with the 2.
So now, following the safety to open the scoring, it's 2-0, and here's the free kick from the 20. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. To throw, it's Stidham. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. 1 quarter in the books. It's the Broncos with the early lead. We'll be back in Kansas City after this.
From one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Fire down these two. Fire down these two.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here now, 2nd and 4. They run with a former Bengal. It's Samaje Perine. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Mahomes now to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelce, 52 yards. And the Chiefs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. Now Stidham. He completes this to Sutton. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Here's Stidham. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Stidham will throw again. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I want to see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Stidham. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A big play that time on a catch and run. 33 yards. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Stidham. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. And the tight end goes in motion left. Now it's Stidham. Touchdown Broncos. Cortland Sutton, 28 yards. And the Broncos are an extra point away from drawing level. Partner, are they going to cover him? That's 4 catches and the touchdown grab on that opening drive.
Well, what we're seeing so far, I believe, is their understanding that they want to go to him and often but also they know they've got to move him around a little bit, get him into some different spots to continue to find open space to throw him the football. Otherwise, I just run 2 or 3 guys at him. They're doing a nice job of finding his way open, scheming him, as they like to say.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Yellow.
They'll start the drive here with Pacheco. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 12 yards in a Kansas City first. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Hey, 15.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Riley Moss.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2. After the interception, here's Stidham. That's caught. And he is not going to make it to the goal line. So the defense holds, and this remains a 5-point game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
Been trying to charge my controller on the dock all game on defense.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Yellow. Attack.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. Pitch and catch here to Travis Kelce. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Now this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down.
And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll come up now 3rd and 9.
Yellow.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Attack, attack!
Now here's Mahomes. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Now the Broncos will use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back at the 16 now after the sack. Here's third and goal. Here's Mahomes to throw. Steps away to his left. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Not what you wanted there. It goes as a sack and a loss of a yard, and now it's fourth and goal. Butker's kick here is good, and that will cut the lead down to just 2. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Clock at 20 seconds to go in the half as they come up first and 10.
And now an audible here into something else. Here's a quick throw out to Mims.
And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now it's Stidham.
And that's going to be caught by Sutton.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
It's caught inside the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway.
From his end zone, Marvin Mims. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Here's Stidham to throw. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Stidham.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
An audible here to get a new look.
Stidham going for it on 4th. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. It got his man complete. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Again, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They go play action now. Stidham. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown.
Marvin Mims
from 13 yards out.
And the Broncos take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Stidham going to look to throw for it.
And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Yellow. 50, yellow, 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 yellow. Our time.
Now Mahomes. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Mahomes going to throw.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Riley Moss.
Like I said, guys, 99.9% are lazy.
Down at the 49-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Play action. It's Stidham. And he is going to lose yardage here. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. Off the play fake. Here's Stidham.
A short one to the tight end, Troutman.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
From midfield now, here's Stidham. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Stidham going to stay out there. They'll go for this.
They'll try and throw for it with Stidham.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field.
Then he will finally be taken
Too much to use her when you're going cover 0.
Final act of the third quarter. We're back now in KC. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th. So first and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
I don't ever try in these games. I'm undefeated. I do not try for free, but you're making it too easy.
The tight end in motion right. Now Stidham, off play action. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. Touchdown! Mike Burton. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Broncos have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this
Only
fourth
Madden
quarter.
player with 3 reads or more.
The touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
No scheme ever in 23 years playing, even in my tournaments that I'm undefeated in. Never quit a game in 23 plus years. One-dimensional. Go quick on offense and defense. No strategy behind anything I do. Not just no strategy. I mean, not just no scheme, but no strategy. So if I go under center with 2-3 tight ends, I'm not doing it for a run advantage. If I spread somebody out, I'm not doing it for a numbers advantage. I don't take advantage of leverages or techniques. I don't read my opponent's user. I don't manipulate my opponent's user. I don't pick plays for my opponent's user. Very rarely. I never use a seam pass, only if my opponent spams it. I'll use it to tie or win. Never use PA crossers, tight end attack. If I do something else out of it. Defensively, never match up because I go.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch
So
more
players take
important,
advantage
trying
of
to
me.
erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
You're behind the 8 ball if you don't know what your opponent's running on offense or defense.
You're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you.
Read the defense on offense. I go through my reads. What I mean, I don't read the defense. I am reading the defense, but half-ass reading the defense. In tournaments, real games that matter. I mean, guys, they're just doing what other players do. Just checking, can I throw to the flats? Can I throw this drag? Can I go to this pass concept? If the flat's not covered, I'll go to a drag. If the drag's covered, I'll go to flat. Like, basically, like, there's more to that. There's more than just reading 1 or 2 windows and throwing the ball. That's what players do. Like I said, guys, people think I'm trash, and I want players to get better, okay? Kudos for him to not quitting, because like I said, I never quit a game. The only time I ever have respect for these guys, for these players.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six.
Because you dumb down the defense so much. You dumb it down so much that you're giving your opponent an advantage. Because I don't try, my opponent can stay in any defense. They could be in cover 0 like he was, right? He got some sacks, some hits on the throw, right? I said I don't read defense. Cover 0 is the easiest defense. You can literally come out to the line and say, are they in the birds in the fence or cover 0? Okay, they're not. Okay, let's see. Who do we ID to Mike? Like, are we weak somewhere to protect? Like, I ain't doing all that shit. Not in these games. So, I beat you with hot reads. I'm not going to do my blocking adjustments ever in these games.
Get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down. And some good acceleration there as he's across.
So like I said, one-dimensional, don't run the ball, don't need to. But if I'm playing in a real game, guys, I do it all. And I'm a master at running the ball today. I gotta check how many rushing attempts I got. Like I said, I average 4 to 6 rushes a game.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise.
People might think, like, oh, you scared to run the ball. I'm like, no, I think it's a bitch move to run the ball.
On play action, it's Mahomes. Rolling to his right.
In real life, it's not.
That ball caught. It's Rice.
Like I said, in games that don't matter, it's a bitch move to run the ball. I'm already up 22-0. Like, basically, you can look at it 22-0. You look at the
Defensively, I
difference.
know they have the comfortable lead
But
here in the fourth.
like I
They
said,
do not want to give up big
if
plays.
let's just say he somehow came back, right? Let's say there was enough time for him to come back. If they somehow come back, everything I said goes through one ear and out the other. And then if they win, oh, you suck, you're trash. This is why I say everything I say to every single opponent, right? I tell them what type of player I am, like gameplay-wise, skill-wise, and I call them out on their BS. They need to copy every player, every other player, 99.9%. Oh, look for money plays, look for meta plays. Like, every game they get, what's the best run in the game? Every play they get, what's the best blitz in the game? Alright? You know what I mean? Are you mad? That's what they say, whether I'm winning or losing. Are you mad?
He'll buy some time right. Did he get the feed down? Yes.
And then you'll see players, right? You'll see players who say, what was the last opponent we played? I forgot his name. Shit, what is his name? Let me check my messages.
The fourth quarter touchdown there. Back to
You'll have guys that say they're him. Let's see. Let's look through our list here. Damn, where is he? Oh yeah, that's right. He blocked his fucking account, right? Unless you're a kid, like, I have no problem if you're a kid, but if you're a grown-ass man, don't block your account. I haven't cursed in a long time. I don't know if I have in this game or not, but
Mahomes will throw for it.
yeah. Wow, guys, I'm going to cover the flats because I just remember at the last second, a lot of players like to do that shit. They'll read the flat first, right? Because most defenses, right, other than man coverage, even if you are in man coverage, right, the running back can sometimes win that race. Or if somebody's in man coverage and the running back, but they use that defender too. So even in man, right, that's why players throw the flat. They look to the flat first to see, is it wide open? I'll hit it. If not, we'll hit the slant, we'll hit that tight end hitch or spot. Well, if we have time, we'll look for crossers or runaways to get open in the red zone. That's basically it.
Last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And
Third,
frankly,
fourth
it's just
read.
a battle of wills in a lot of ways because they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just
see the difference between me and them guys. It's just 1 or 2 more reads. That's really all it is. You know what I'm saying? But they don't want that. They don't want to do that.
Stidham's going to set up to throw this. Flushed out right. And seeing no
The other difference between me and other opponents, they'll take any mesh spot and they'll run. They'll roll with their quarterback to hit the buy time and hit that wheel. Me, don't care if I'm down a touchdown and I needed that, or up a touchdown and I needed it, or don't need it. It don't matter.
Here's Stidham.
That's most Madden players right there, right? A simple, easy pass concept like that. They dragged open, hit it, boom, that's it. There's nothing wrong with that, but, like, they have the mentality, if it's not broken, they'll fix it. If he will not defend that drag route, keep throwing it, right? And I'm supposed to be okay with that, whether I win or lose. And then people wonder why I'm a sore. People say I'm a bad winner and a sore loser. I wonder why. You have no respect for the game when you do shit like that. You only care about winning at that point. Like I said, would I do? I wouldn't even do that in a game that mattered. I wouldn't even do that. In a tournament game. You'll see that shit in tournament games too. I don't know how anybody can respect something like that. Honestly, they'll spam the same route. If it's not broken, they'll take it. Are you mad? You can't defend it? You can defend anything. Anybody can defend anything. But that's where a scheme comes in, right? I have nothing wrong with a scheme, but here, right? I say I don't ever use a scheme, right? But the players who do, right? Most players who use a scheme, I'm going to come up with a scheme where I only need 1 or 2 reads, right? Easy pass concept. So I read one side, I key one defender on the play. I make it so easy, and then I mix in runs, RPOs, play actions, spread it out a little bit, go with gadget plays, and you build a whole fucking offense based off making everything easy. People wonder why I have a problem with that. Like, I have no problem with it. The only time I have a problem with it is when players are calling themselves, I'm him, I'm God, I'm this, I'm that. Their name says that, you know what I mean? And what are you doing? You're doing the most basic shit, and you're calling yourself him. You're calling yourself God. First of all, don't take the Lord's name in vain. First of all. And people, oh, shut the fuck up. People are like, oh, shut the fuck up. They don't care what you say. If you talk too much, they don't care what you're talking about. They don't care what you're talking about. They think you're just talking shit, or they think you're annoying. I've heard it all before. 23 years. What do you think I knew every single player I faced?
Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly.
4-3. Told you. If I ever go with a tight end attack, I will never go to the tight end. And instead of people actually giving me respect, it's ass backwards, right? I find it funny. There's games, right? I could lose really bad, and people say, oh, you suck, you're trash, get the fuck off, blah, blah, blah. Right? But if let's say I play some way I play like them, right? I make it so easy, I dumb the game down so much. It's a classic. We're both back and forth. It goes to 1 or 2 overtimes. Oh, respect, bro. Classic. Oh, you're amazing. You're good. Blah, blah, blah. And what would I have done? Just done what they done, which is so basic, right? Oh, respect. Oh, you're so good. Great game, brother. Right? Respect. But then, I get my ass beat because I'm not trying, and it's the opposite. Oh, you suck. You're trash. Ass backwards. So we respect players if they stay in the game or win a close one or whatever. It goes to whatever, It goes score for score. Regardless, like, if we're both using meta, they're showing respect for somebody using meta plays. Oh, it's not that deep, bro. Don't tell players how to play. I don't tell players how to play. I just call them out on it. That's it. How am I able to play with a backup quarterback against an elite team all over the place, offense, defense, special teams? How am I able to win games like that? It's not anything I'm doing. It's not anything I'm doing. What do you think the names of my videos say not trying? Am I trying? I'm not going to lie. If I didn't try at all, yeah, I'm probably getting my ass beat every single time. But when it comes to comparing the way I try in tournaments, meaningful games, and trying here, it's not even close. I might as well say I'm really not trying when it comes to that. There's so much to the game, guys. There's so much. You want to talk about offense, there's so much defense. I would say there's maybe a lot more on offense. Defensively, it's a numbers game. It's figuring out, like, okay, do you have the numbers advantage blitzing? Do they have the numbers advantage blocking? Do we have the numbers advantage, to stop the run? Do we have the numbers advantage to blitz, to hold up in coverage, to have, more speed, all stuff like that. It's more matchup dependent and, zone dependent, and you know what I mean? It's when you call certain plays, you're basically on defense, you're limiting what they're doing. You're basically trying to either get 1 sack a drive or 1 or 2 sacks a drive, or you're trying to basically have 1 down where you're causing an incomplete pass, you're causing like no gain on a run or loss of yards on a play or a sack that can deteriorate, can destroy a drive. You're trying to cause negative plays, you're trying to cause them to get the ball out quick. You're trying to basically like play reverse psychology with them. You're trying to make them think like, oh, you're aggressive, and then you back out. You know what I mean? That's why they say, like, if you keep a game close defensively, like if you sent a lot of pressure and you, like, even if your opponent scored all game long, if you got into their head, even though they scored, maybe they got lucky on 2 of 6 drives scoring, and on 2 of those drives they got scared and got lucky. You know what I mean? And then later in the game, because you were aggressive earlier, They may think in a crucial down, crucial situation that you're going to bring the house because you showed a certain look and you brought it last time. You know what I mean? So defensively, it's just like a cat and mouse game. Offensively, it's really so much because whether you want to talk about running the ball, whether you want to talk about passing the ball, whether you want to talk about um, blocking assignments, setting your blocking, reading the shell, um, keying defenders, pre-snap, post-snap, um, hot routing, audibling, you know, setting your reads, timing your reads and your progression, who's one, who's hot, in a situation, who's your check down, how you're going to read. Are you going to read one side? Are you going to key in one defender on one side? Are you going to key in the middle at times, based off a look they're giving you? Are you going to look at the middle? Or are you going to check to see if you have easy one-on-ones outside, depending if they're one high or if they're going with a cover zero, stuff like that. So that's why I say, like, you dumb the game down, but don't dumb it down too much. You try to have a good idea, get as much information as possible. See a bird's on the fence, look. Okay, it's cover zero, it's man coverage, but you're playing an online opponent, so you got to be on your P's and Q's and say, like, okay, if I looked at a slant, but they're all over it, I'm going to go off something else, like a corner. If they're playing back off, you don't want to maybe go to a streak. Maybe you still do, like you lay it up there 50-50. I don't know. You have curl routes, post routes, drag routes, maybe somewhere else. I wouldn't condone running a screen. Maybe it all depends on what defense you're facing with a cover zero. Because some guys are so smart that they can blow up a screen. They just read it instantly. Um, and then there's just like sometimes it can be as easy as then okay, they're dropping. Everybody's dropping. It's a cover four drop. It's a cover two drop. It's a cover two sync. It's a cover three drop. It's a cover three match. Cover three drop. Whatever. You see if you can still go to a second or third level somewhere, and then if you can't, you check it down. On early downs, you're getting manageable second and third down situations, maybe getting third and four. Now, you know what? You think they're going to play those same drop coverages on third and four? No. You know what I mean? It's easier offensively than it is defensively, in my opinion, because I used to go back and forth and say, like, okay, who really has the advantage? Because we always used to think the offense has the advantage, right? Defensively, you think that, like, and then I used to think defensively, well, you can dictate what an offense does, right? But the thing is, it's very rare to do that. You have to have the personnel. You have to have something to bring to the table, and usually it's the front. Usually it's a pass rush. A pass rush, like if I was to build a team, right, I would probably like because I look at teams back in the day, like the Los Angeles Rams when they had Aaron Donald, right? They had Aaron Donald, they had Jalen Ramsey, and then their other guys were just serviceable, right? They wasn't like they were 2, 3, 4 deep at corner, right? And you just couldn't throw at them. It was because they had like Aaron Donald, who was unblockable at time most of the time, and then it was like other guys behind him, or maybe they blitzed along with that, and they were able to bring pressure. Their defensive coordinator was able to mix things up, whatever. Get home, able to stop the run with Aaron Donald, able to get after the passer, push the pocket, and then make the corner's job easier. So where you don't have to, you can just shut down their best wide receiver with Jalen Ramsey, and then you can maybe double the second guy, and then your linebacker's good enough to cover a tight end. So you know what I mean? They got by defensively, and then offensively they had a run game, play action game, good enough quarterback. So you know how you can build rosters, from the inside out. You always want to have the trenches. And when I was younger, I did not like Andy Reid or coaches that like to build the trenches. But now it's like, bro, you're spending a fifth and sixth round pick. I look at some of these teams' offensive lines that are starting, and I'm seeing they invested a fifth or sixth round pick on a left tackle, on a right tackle, on a guard. Like a guard now these days. I mean, maybe you do what the Eagles do. You have them waiting in the wing 1 or 2 years. Then you learn it from the best offensive line coach. That's a different story. But you're seeing these teams that are not good, that don't have a great offensive line coach, and like that's like saying you have your own personal mechanic, but they can't do shit. They're like, you know what I mean? I don't understand. It's like you don't have the coaching, and you're not in. So you would think if you don't have the coaching, you would try to invest on a little more on the player. I mean, I'm sorry, but at worst, I'm spending a second round pick on a tackle. There's no way I'm investing anything less than a second round pick on a tackle. And I'm talking like early to mid round pick. There's no way you spend anything worse than a second round pick on a left tackle. You might get lucky, but we're talking about that's like if you play lottery tickets, you play scratch off tickets, and you're like, yeah, I'm gonna spend $50 on $1 tickets, and I'm gonna expect to make my money back or close to it, or I'm gonna hit it big. No, no, right? That's just like saying you're the one who's scratching the tickets off, right? You're the offensive line coach. Your offensive line coach sucks. You got to spend more. You got to invest more on scratch off tickets. You're not gonna win big on $1 tickets. You don't have the strategy or anything. You know what I mean? Like I mean, what do you think first round picks are on quarterbacks? Like, listen, I don't care. You know what I mean? Listen, you could look at it this way: you spend a first round pick on a can't miss prospect, you miss. Okay, you miss. But guess what? I mean, yeah, depending on where you are, if you're like a 12th draft pick, you have the 12th draft pick. You have to probably trade a lot to get into like top two, top three for a quarterback. Right? At that point, like you got to really study that player. You're gonna see what his the love for the game he has, his football IQ. You want somebody like an Andrew